Hi, Karishma.
Hi,
Sound is
Christine.
it?
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Finally, we are recording, and we have a very weird setup going on. So I'm currently staring at my
Mm.
mic, and you also have your mic clipped to the comb.
Comb. My comb.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we have come up with sort of life hack DIY mic stands to, not have a messed up, I would say, audio because we've been editing our episodes for so long and our voice modulation is so bad because we keep moving our mics and sometimes it gets loud, sometimes it gets really low. So when we try to edit our voices, especially for me when I use something like GarageBand to edit it. Yeah, I use GarageBand to edit the episodes, but it gets so weird because when you're speaking at a very, I would say, relatively average tone, like a speaking voice, right? And sometimes mine is so loud that I have to sometimes adjust it right in the middle where the equalizer doesn't mess up both of our voices. So it's been a journey. And I realized that with last week's episode because we had a third person also with us, Danika. That episode was really great and really successful, really good. How it turned out. And hers was the clearest voice. And I'm so confused how it was the clearest voice. Even though she had like a headset and she was using the mic from that headset, and we have like collar mics, proper collar mics that are supposed to be good and better quality, as well our voice quality was like so bad, which is really eye opening, I would say. Um, so, what did you think of last week's episode? How was it?
They were so noisy. Oh my god.
Yeah, we really giggled.
We're just talking something so random here and there.
Yeah,
I was
I
listening to
love that
myself.
episode.
I was like, what is wrong with me? Why am I talking now? It's somehow, how we are so conscious about that we are recording and that it's just for a podcast and everything. Last
Yeah,
episode was not like that at all. We
yeah, it
just
wasn't.
forgot that we were recording for a podcast. We were
And
just
that was
talking.
amazing. It felt like those 2 hours. We had close to 2.5 hours of content, and we reduced it down to 50 minutes. But there was so much that we spoke about. It turned out to be 15 minutes of content. Usually we keep our episodes close to 39 minutes. But, I thought because it's like a guest episode, it deserves to be a little longer, deserves to have its own sort of space to have the entire conversation flowing properly instead of it just being cuts and bits and pieces of conversation just glued together you know
Mhm.
so yeah, it turned out really well. I was really happy with how it was.
It
And
did. It
Danica
did.
also
Yeah.
did really well, like for her first podcast ever, and being a guest on one or just even recording one for that matter. She did really well. And yeah, kudos to her. Yay.
I would really like to have another episode with her again soon.
Yeah, she's definitely going to be a recurring guest. She was the first guest, and it was the right person to give that sort of title to because she's been involved with the podcast from the early stages, like when we were deciding to start a podcast and how to go about it, the art of it, like the cover art, the logos, the everything. Like we mentioned last episode, she drew our avatars on our cover page, cover art essentially. So it was great. Like I was seeing this, the what do you call it? The statistics for the episode, and literally the percentage of people in our total uh, audience, from our total audience, Malaysia literally jumped to like it jumped above UK, which is so insane because like by 4%, literally by 4%, our sort of percentage in Malaysia increased. So, which is amazing. It's good to have people from different countries listening to us, and I'm sure it was like all of our friends, but still, it was nice. And
Mm.
oh yeah, we received feedback also from some of her friends. I'll share the audio clip with you. What her friends said. It was really sweet. It was
Oh,
really
okay.
nice. Yeah, they found it funny. They liked it. It was fun. It didn't seem boring. A lot of people think that podcasts are boring. I feel,
Mm.
and I get it. I trust me. I get it. Podcasts can be boring, but they can be fun too. You just play it in the background. It'll feel like you have someone just chatting away in the background, so you won't feel as
Yeah.
lonely and quiet as one usually does.
Mm.
So yeah, it was good. It was good. So today, what is the agenda for today, Christine?
This is just so last minute decided. It was just a quick thing that we were just coming up with because we were talking about a lot of books and we're watching so many K dramas together nowadays.
Yeah.
So we noticed some tropes here and there about certain romances, common and not so common tropes that we have read in
Mhm.
books, watched
Yep.
in shows, especially on Netflix.
Because we saw ourselves get annoyed with a lot of things that were going on in these
Mm-hmm.
shows. It doesn't matter if it's like the US ones or the K drama ones or even anime for that matter. But it's just like
Mm. I think I have reached this point, or I don't know if it's the age or anything. I've reached this point where I'm losing patience for certain tropes. Like I would have been fine with it if I was 13 years old, I think.
uh,
But now, now it's just testing my patience. Like
I think it's mostly the
I'm
tropes
getting
that are
anger issues
about
because of this.
exactly we too. Like we both get angry together on these tropes, and I've noticed most of them are about these relationship kind of tropes, with love, with people, with all of that. So yeah, we will discuss this in this episode. So let's get started. Which one do you want to get started with?
You know how um in school, I think we were 12 or 13.
Hmm.
It's understandable. We were going through that puberty, body changes, and all that stuff. There was this trope that was so popular, that ugly duckling turning into a pretty girl later on, whole makeover.
Yeah.
That
Hmm.
that trope, like that.
That's
I mean, she's not even ugly in the first place, but then people call her ugly, and then later on, she just like
exactly.
dresses well and puts makeup
Exactly.
on, and then she's
It's
pretty
been so
suddenly.
common with a lot of the teenage centric content in shows, in movies, like more recently we've seen that in a few Netflix shows and episodes, shows and sort of movies. For example, Insatiable with Debbie Ryan. She's this really um, quote unquote ugly person apparently, and she goes through this transformation. Something happens, she's like fat and all of that, and something happens, some accident happens, and apparently she loses a lot of weight, and then she's this beautiful person that everyone loves and everyone wants to be friends with, and everyone is jealous of, all the girls are jealous of her, and it's just so weird. And that was so bad actually when you think about it, because it's like saying, oh, because you're like this person who's overweight or who has, visibly more weight than an average person does, you're ugly and you're not likable and you're not this attractive person, which is really bad, because with everything that's, and this was not released in the 90s, the 80s, the early 2000s. This was released a few years ago, and for something like this to
Yeah,
be sort of
there was this movie also. I don't think it's a recent movie, but I think I saw it 2 years ago or something. And it is like, I don't remember the movie's name, like the title,
hmm,
but it was something about a girl having really pretty friends.
hmm,
And somehow she is known to be the gatekeeper for her friends. So when guys approach the girls, they have to approach the other friend who is not so pretty and little under the two friends. And then from there, the guys approach the pretty girls. I don't remember the. It is what is that? Oh,
Even I
right,
remember it. Yeah.
Duff or something like that.
Oh, Duff. Right, right.
It is
Yeah,
Duff,
same
right?
thing. Yeah, Duff.
That.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was. I
so
forgot about
bad.
that movie.
I just when
Yikes.
we were talking about this trope, it just I like just clicked suddenly when we were talking about high school and friends and
Yeah,
pretty that's and all that stuff.
yeah. I think you can even see that in this. What do you call it? In the most popular teen movie ever, Mean Girls. Like
Oh yeah.
the main character, the girl, she's supposed to be apparently this tomboyish, unlikable, maybe likable because she is in fact pretty even before she went through this, I would say, mean girl transformation. But she did that because she wanted to be this pretty. She was actually taking revenge, but then it just turned her into those bad people, which is equally fucked up. But yeah, I don't like this trope at all because it's not a healthy trope. It's a very toxic one. It
Mm-hmm.
shows that you have to fit a certain beauty standard to be beautiful, which is
Mm-hmm.
obviously, like everyone preaches these days, is not true.
And it's not like
Because
yeah, and it's not like you being beautiful for yourself. It's like being beautiful just to be accepted by others.
exactly,
To
you're not even
hear
doing
that
this for
word.
yourself because you're doing this for maybe because the guy you like, or you're doing this for some popular dude who's not giving you attention, and you're trying to be the popular girl. You're turning yourself into the popular girl that he likes so that he notices you, which is ugh, don't even get me started on how sad that is, that you have to do something like that. You have to change yourself so drastically to be liked by someone who's not even going to be worth it 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line.
One trope
Yeah.
that you get so irritated by.
It has to be the one that you also dislike deeply. And it's not in the list. I went through the list and it's not in that. It's what's it called? I don't know what the trope is called, but it's the this jerk of a guy and this really nice, pure girl,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
she's gonna be the
Ah,
one to change the jerk,
no.
pretty asshole guy.
Ah, my God.
We both hate
My
it.
God. Ah,
Yeah,
I think I'm
yeah.
gonna get stressed in this episode.
It's
Oh,
okay. Yeah, we
it's the
we we hate
worst.
that
It's
from the
what
bottom.
it's the
Yep.
bad guy falling for the good girl and the bad guy changing for the good girl.
And there are
Ah,
so many pieces of content like that. Like, you could essentially all of the fan fiction that is ever written, even popular ones like After, the most popular one, 50 Shades of Grey, the what else? What else? What else? There's so many. Any like edgy teenage movie or show will show you that for sure. Like, asshole of a guy, who's a playboy, who lures a lot of girls in and makes them obsessed with him, and is very nonchalant, very chill about it, and sort of gaslights these girls into believing that, oh, it's not the guy's fault, it's your fault because you like me, I don't like you. So, like,
oh
why do
my
you
God.
like me? Who
Just
asked you to like
punches.
me? That's the sort of yeah, I no I have no words to explain how much I hate this trope because I've seen it in real life. I won't say if I was a participant in that trope or not, or if I've seen it the third person perspective. But yeah, it's a shitty bullshit trope because the guy is never gonna change.
No one changes because you change them. It's their
Exactly.
choice.
Exactly.
And oh, seriously, okay, first of all, the guy's a jerk. Okay? You know he's a jerk. Everyone around tells you that he's a jerk. Then
Listen
why
to them.
Why? Yeah, listen to them. Listen to the guy who tells that he's a jerk. He says
Yeah,
himself.
even the guy is like, I am a
Yeah,
jerk. You
the
should stay
guy
away.
tells
Oh
you
my
that.
god, Twilight. Even Twilight is that.
Yeah,
Oh, how can I
yeah.
forget?
Oh my god.
All these
And then the
popular, these romance love stories are just full of shit, is what I'm trying to get at.
those tropes just, okay, fine. Lady, woman, end up with a guy. You think about getting into a relationship with that guy, then don't expect him to be a nice guy when he himself has said that he's a bad guy, a bad
Exactly.
one. And
Exactly.
so you face the consequences. It's your choice.
Exactly.
Seriously. And if you're into that, if you're into, if you find pleasure in the abuse, then that's your preference. I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
That is.
And then the
Mhm.
girls are like, especially in that trope, the girls are like, no, I don't care what you've done in the past and what sort of a person you are. I know exactly who you are. I know who you are deep down. And you're not this bad person deep down. Which might be true most of the times. Guys like this do have some trauma that makes them the way they are, and deep down they might be nice people, for sure, not denying that, not like undermining any trauma that these guys have. But it is not your responsibility as girls, as partners, as romantic partners, to be their parent, their mom, their this hope of light that guides them to enlightenment. It's not your obligation to be that person, to
Yeah.
invest
I
such a
mean,
big part of yourself and invest so much energy of yours into someone that's probably not going to change in the long term.
but you know how everyone, like how things go? You have to really experience it to get, like, to know exactly
Yeah,
how it is. No matter how much we speak about it.
exactly.
Yeah. So, I'll let it be
Yeah.
now.
Which is exactly what like pisses me off, because been through that, I've seen it firsthand, and it's not worth it. It's such a waste of time. It's almost pathetic, because you're trying so much and it's only one sided. It's only one
Mhm.
sided most of the times. It is only one sided. And even if the guy does change in the short term, he's like, you know what, I will change for you because you're so nice and you have this hopeless hope for me and faith in me that I'm going to be this, amazing changed person all of a sudden. So, yeah, no, it's not going to last. Yeah. Just find someone. Okay, I just remember this quote about this specific trope. You're not obligated to be a therapist in a relationship. You can open up to someone. You have to be communicative. You have to open up. You have to, you know, be transparent with your emotions and your feelings. But you're not obligated to be a therapist. You're not there to help them sort through their trauma. They need help, get them the help that they need. Most of us,
Mhm.
most of the romantic partners out there that do these things are, most of us, I'm saying most of us, are not like qualified therapists. We can't provide the help that they need. Some people need help that is actually professional. They need professional help to get through whatever they are going through, so they can come out on the other side better people and not cause more hurt and more, I would say, pain to the people around them that they love. Moving on,
Mhm.
next trope. Yes, Christine. I
Tell
can go
me.
on an hour long rant about this. I'm going to cut
Yeah,
myself
me
short.
too. Just me too. We so much frustration regarding this. I mean, we've been conditioned to, like, I don't know. I mean, at this point the conditioning has been cut off, but when we were younger, that was like our truth.
Yeah.
That guy was that the guy like that is true, and that passionate love is true and all that stuff, but bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay,
What are your
next
thoughts on
thing.
After? Because you're the one who introduced After to me. And I want you to talk about After because I know how much you hate it.
I am not I can't give you a whole thought about it because I haven't read the three books, the three
Hmm.
trilogy series, whatever
Hmm.
that is.
Hmm.
So
Is there a reason why you haven't read all three of the books?
Okay. First book in its whole drama, it was all very I won't say exciting, but entertaining. It was. At first it was. Then later on, the second half of the book, right? I was getting frustrated, very irritated, and I was losing my patience. I realized then that, I have better things to do than read that
Exactly.
bit. So I can't really give you all my thoughts, but first book was okay. It was good. It was something that you could read when you're in a reading slump. Like, it will take you out of your reading slump. It's very entertaining and fast paced. So it's good. Oh, I couldn't finish the second book. I
Why
left it at
couldn't you?
fifth or sixth chapter. Can't you hear the frustration in my voice?
Come
Just
on, Christine,
remembering it is just,
articulate your hate.
oh god. Just okay. First of all, the girl was being very stupid. It's not something that I don't think I would like to associate with that girl. And her dynamic with her mother was also very. I mean, I understand that she thinks that her relationship with her mother is toxic. Really, if you really think about it, her mother is speaking from experience and she doesn't want her child to go through the same things that she went through. Okay, being
Exactly.
a single mother is hard
It
in that
is.
society. That girl is just idiotic. Just, I don't know, she's some accessory who is only existing for the main lead. And it's so annoying. God, so annoying. And the sex scenes, oh my god. Oh my god. I felt bad reading the whole thing. So bad. Like, the submission was also too much. I hated it. And the way the guy played with her, that was something's wrong in the head. Where do I start now? That
Tell me.
gang itself, okay, that friendship, that that bunch of horrible high school students who have nothing else to do. I mean, high school is not a place that you can be so ideal, okay? Seriously, not ideal, idle. We had so much work to do. The teachers used to go behind us so much. Like, what partying and all that stuff. And they had time for all these kind of days. Wow, this.
Yeah,
I just,
one thing you
okay.
notice in high school shows and movies that they never show the actual important aspect of high school, which is like
Yeah,
studies. They never show that.
exactly. We were so
Supposed to
busy. God
assume that
damn it.
we're just supposed to assume that the main characters or the characters that are a part of the story are just smart people who get good grades, like just like that, and they also have time to do all this crap in their free time,
Yeah,
apparently.
exactly. That friend, I don't know how people start thinking about being so. I don't understand how people can start feeling like they need to bully someone. Just leave them alone. Why are you even thinking about
Because
to them?
sometimes some people think that, oh, it's an easy target. Bullies,
What do you
like,
mean by a target? Like, what's the point?
if someone is so
I just
easy to
don't
bully
understand
and
them.
just, I don't know. I see the thing is, we personally did not go through the bullying that is shown in movies and shows and like that, like that bad of
Hmm.
bullying. So I don't think we will be able to speak much about it, but because we don't have any
Hmm.
experience to talk about, but
Yeah.
which is
Oh.
luckily to be in a privileged position because a lot of people do go through that, and it's
Hmm.
equally traumatic for them.
One more thing about after, right? Which will take me to another trope that I hate. In that, the male lead got a rival, a competition. Okay,
Love
so this
triangle.
competition of the girlfriends that female leads employer or superior or anything like that. First of all, I don't understand this whole thinking about all the guys in the world falling for the same girl. What is that? That is the reverse harem trope, which is there in a lot of anime. Oh my god, it stresses me out so much. I start hating the female lead because of that, and I'm not supposed to, but I start hating the female lead and I start hating all the male leads also because of that. And then why do these people in a lot of romance trope cannot live without, being physical.
Okay,
We
so one
just
question at
we
a
just
time.
need that.
Harem. Why do
Okay.
people like why is it in shows in literature that everyone likes this one girl or everyone likes this one guy?
Trope.
I
Oh
think
God.
it's based on the audience because a lot of anime that does have harem in it is for male audiences, and that is what guys get excited about. These waifus and these cute girls liking
Yeah,
them and dressed all
I
cute
understand that.
and all these, you know.
It's the
So
same with
yeah,
the females also. So for the female audiences, we have reverse
yeah,
harem. That is
yeah.
where the girl gets attraction, or not attraction. Like she
Because all
attracts a lot of
girls
guys.
like to feel special.
So annoying.
Apparently.
I mean, think about you being in that shoes, okay?
I don't want to be in those shoes.
Getting
I have been in those
pushed
shoes, but
around.
not like a love triangle shoes, but like I don't know actually. I yeah. Yeah, no. I'm not
It
gonna
is.
comment on that because I would not put myself in a position like that. Even though I have been in one many a times.
Uh-huh.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
I don't like it. It's honestly very exhausting. And yeah,
It is
no.
exhausting, I think. Yeah. I
You
mean,
know that more than
see, as your friend,
anyone. You know that more than
I don't know.
anyone.
No, is this okay? God, okay, fine. Yeah, I do know more than
You're the one who tells me these
anyone.
things. We discussed that last episode.
Yeah, I do know. Yes,
Uh,
we have had
I'm
experience.
incredibly oblivious about these things because I'm just like so like cool and chill and just going about my life all aimlessly oblivious to these things that people are feeling towards me, and then I get to know these things and I'm just like
I don't know. In school, I was not a girl. How do I say
ugh.
this? I was not a girl in school. I used to beat up guys,
Yeah, me
and
too.
whenever,
But somehow
yeah,
they like that, which
whenever
is weird.
Yeah, it is weird. And how do I say this? Somehow they'd never considered me a girl, and they used to come and tell me all these things, thinking that it's safe to tell me all these things. And I'm like this girl who, doesn't really care about their insecurities. And I mean, I'm not like that anymore, but
Mm.
those days I used to just make fun about it, and I used to be like, let's tell the whole world that this guy has a crush on them. Yeah. Yeah, those things used to happen. But the funny thing is, thing used to always happen within the circle, which is so weird. Which is so weird. This brings us back to Riverdale wala trope,
Oh
where
my
everything and anything
god.
happens within that circle.
Yeah,
Uh,
like what is with these friend groups in these high school slash college shows, movies, where they all are dating each other in the same circle? It's like freaking incest, but not really.
yeah, I mean,
It's like a
I could
weird form
actually,
of
I would
incest,
have,
like a weird form of long range orgies, or I don't know, like Eskimo brothers
yeah.
and sisters. I don't know, it's weird.
Oh, you know more terms than me. I have no idea. I just know orgy. uh,
Eskimo brothers slash sisters are essentially two people who have dated the same person. So if there are two guys who have dated the same girl, they're Eskimo brothers. And if there are two girls who have dated the same guy, Eskimo sisters.
oh, we
I don't know
have
why
that
it's
in
called
Riverdale.
Eskimo brothers and Eskimo sisters, but it's called that.
We have that in Riverdale, and we have that in
Yeah.
Sabrina, I think.
I think
Dark
so.
Magic
But
one.
not as absurd as freaking Riverdale. Sabrina was fine. They had other
Yeah.
things going on for them. There was so much else happening in Sabrina. Riverdale is just
Mm.
fucking absurd. I don't even have words for that show.
Everything was just within that group, and the whole rest of the world was just blank. The
Mm.
population in that area was just 4, 5, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something wrong with these shows. Either some sort of deeply hidden fetish or kink that these writers or whoever they are have, but I don't know what's going on. So, next trope, Christine, tell me.
Wasn't I the one who introduced you to reverse harem and all that? Now it's
Oh,
your
right.
turn.
Okay. My bad. My bad.
Yeah.
I think we've covered like the falls in love with the unnoticed. The
Hmm.
So we have a list of tropes from this website called Writing Cooperative, and in this, falls in love with the unnoticed is sort of described to be as the story begins with someone shy who is in love with a girl. After some time passes, the girl notices a strange looking character and suddenly realizes that she is in love with him. Let's just stop right there and move on to the next plot. Yeah, even the writer of this article who made this list is just like, fuck this. This is, and we feel the same way. Fuck this. Let's move on.
I've read a lot of fantasy
Hmm.
novels. There's this trope, which
Hmm.
is also very annoying, is that trope of the chosen one.
And
That
this
trope is
person
also
doesn't
very
want to
annoying.
be the chosen one. They're like, I'm the chosen one, but I don't want to be the chosen one. There's nothing special about me. Even that they look wildly more glowy and attractive and pretty than everyone else in this piece of literature. It's just they're just written differently and they just call themselves, "Oh, I'm not special. I'm just this normal, quirky person who
Mm-hmm.
doesn't know how to do the basic things and is so clumsy and so relatable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we've seen this trope in Fate, the Wings saga, the show that we hate equally. Such terrible
Yes.
execution. I think the entire internet, internet. I
Wow.
glitched. And tell us why, Christine. Tell us why the internet hates this show.
I mean, the chosen one trope should speak for itself, seriously.
Yeah.
That girl suddenly pops up and the girl suddenly has too much power. The girl suddenly is smart. The girl suddenly can do everything. The girl suddenly is the most rebellious person. The girl suddenly is every single thing. And
Yeah, the
everyone
girl
follows
suddenly
her.
gets the most popular guy. The girl suddenly gets like all these amazing powers and attention that she didn't ask for. She didn't want all
Yes.
these things, you guys, and yet she's getting all these things. Why? Because she's a chosen one. And every single supporting actor relies on this chosen one to do everything for them. Like in a
Yes.
world where like a person as powerful as a chosen one can exist, why aren't these supporting characters or the side main characters equally strong? Like, why isn't this Power Rangers? Everyone's strong,
Hmm.
everyone's cool, everyone has something they're good at. No, 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 no. Only
And
the
the
chosen one
worst
is
thing,
good at it.
and the worst thing about this trope is that every action of a supporting character, everything that a supporting character would lead to some kind of advantage for the main character, the chosen character.
Mm.
It's like there's some kind of ingredient to a bigger ingredient, which is the chosen character.
Like, if you think about it, these side characters sometimes, not all the time, there's some pieces of literature where these side characters in a chosen one trope have been written well. They have their own stories going on. And I see this, I want to say, in a lot of K dramas, because sometimes I like the storylines of the supporting characters more than the main character storyline. They have more interesting things going on in their lives. And there's so much better stories going on there. Like, why are the supporting character stories written better than the main character stories? It is so absurd to me.
I really don't remember which one it was. I was reading a book, and the side characters were much more interesting than the main ones.
Sometimes the main ones are written so one dimensional, but the side
Hmm.
characters are so complex. There's so much going on for them. So many internal conflicts, so much, shit that they have to overcome or that they're trying to do. The main character is just like one dimensional, has nothing else other than being pretty or being smart or being this.
So much for a main character. And I mean, there was this case in anime also where the main characters, without really putting as much effort, they always used to excel in every single thing. They were the it people always. While the supporting characters had to go through traumas, some kind of anxieties,
Mhm.
and they had to better themselves, and they always used to be much better.
Yeah. Like
Not
you
that the
see the
writer would
side
allow it.
characters working so much harder to be strong, to be smart, to be really, really good. And you see this freaking chosen one walk in the red carpet, just
Exactly.
laid for them, to just walk on. Like, oh, you're the one. You
Exactly.
don't have to put as much effort. You can put like 10% of the effort and you can become this perfect individual in the same amount of time.
And one thing, nowadays it's been very much improved, or at least touched upon.
Hmm.
Before, we had this whole segregation of what is good and what is bad. So it was a
Yeah.
complete black and white kind of trope. So there was a
Yeah.
hero and there was a villain. But nowadays, people touch that villain and give it some kind of justification, and it kind of makes it, they like romantic with a capital R.
Oh,
That romantic.
romanticizing.
Yes.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. I
So
feel in some literatures or like just anything that we watch and consume, I sometimes want the villain to win. And it's not because
yeah,
like I'm innately feeling chaotic or whatever. I just feel like the heroes are fucking stupid sometimes. Like, why are you doing what you're doing? Like, why are you stopping this person from getting something that they want? I read this quote somewhere and I think I posted it on my Instagram as well. The hero would sacrifice you for the world. The villain would sacrifice the world for you, which is
yeah.
insane.
Oh yeah.
I was like, whoa, this is
Wow.
wow.
Not really. It's not healthy either way,
It's not healthy. It's not
but
healthy, but it puts things into perspective, when you think about it, like,
it
oh,
does.
this
It
hero
does.
has this, sense of morality and ethics and such high level of standards to a fault. Like,
And
it's to a
yeah,
point that it just gets irrational. It makes no sense why the hero is doing what the hero is doing, and you,
the whole sense of duty and just
yeah,
priorities just going somewhere.
it's messed up. And
Hmm.
the way that villains are written these days is pretty good because there's justification given to why they are the way they are. There's a reason why they're doing what they're doing. They're not just made out to be these
Exactly.
unreasonable, crazy, psychopaths these days. Some of them are like given a little bit of personality, I would say, make them feel a little more human. We can wrap it up.
You have a lot
Wrap it
of.
up, Christine.
How am I supposed to wrap it up? You are the one who's really good at wrapping it up. What
Wrap
am I
it up,
supposed to
wrap it
say?
up.
Bye, people. That's about it. And follow
That
us
was
on
it.
at.
Yes.
That was it. Yeah. Follow us all at. What is that? Follow us at Lady and Woman in Instagram and Lady and Woman in YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Please subscribe to our channel. It'd be nice if we reach 100,000.
100,000?
Yes, let's be ambitious.
We haven't even crossed 10, you guys. Oh,
Yeah,
such
I know, but
such
let's
big
reach
aspiration.
100,000.
Yeah, let's
Let's
at
reach
least
100, then
try.
1,000, and then
Yes,
100,000.
exactly, exactly.
Mhm.
So let's reach 100 first. We would love to reach 1,000 at least by the end of this year. That would be nice. But I know it's
Yes,
a
it'd be
distant
nice.
dream. But do subscribe. Even if you're not going to listen to our episodes, just subscribe. You can ignore our
Yeah.
videos on.
And listen to our episodes also. I think I
Yeah.
don't know, I have confidence that our episodes are pretty good.
Yes, they
I
are.
don't
They're
know.
funny because
They
when we
are very
edit
good.
them, we laugh and we assume that whoever's
Yeah.
listening to the episodes also laugh. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
come
funny.
on. We laugh at ourselves. So it's obvious that you laugh at us also.
Exactly, exactly. So that was
Mm,
it with the
common
tropes this
sense.
episode. And if you have any tropes that you hate, let us know in the comments, in the
Hmm.
reviews or the comments, or send us a voice message. I just realized we have a voice link in our description where you can send in messages and questions and whatever you want to say, and we can possibly add it to our. We're doing all the
We
heavy
made it
lifting, man.
funnier.
Bye.
Bye.